you got to Ruben Bechoriata, Ruben very geschmack in Mincha. My goodness, sounds more like a Mincha, like a Niller. Everybody enjoyed it. We welcome back a very old favorite, Dr. Michael, and he coined something, an expression very, very special, which is so meaningful and says an awful lot. Really, in a nutshell, it expresses the spirit, the ruach, what our Medrash is all about. He said what makes our Medrash so beloved and which so close to his heart is that everyone who comes here, they don't come to daven for themselves, they come to daven for somebody else. And then he continued, he said, and I think I'm getting the better of the deal. So that's Dr. Michael. Bruchim Avoim, welcome back.
It's good to be back,
Rabbi. Choviv, Perik State, Choviv Adam, Shenivir B'Tzelem. A person is very beloved, Shenivir B'Tzelem, because he was, Bashatim Gevorn, he was created, B'Tzelem, in the image of Hashem. In the image of the Rabbi Shalom. Rav Chaim Vital, a student at Talmud of his master, Arizal, he once asked Arizal, he says, what exactly is Tzelem Elokim, the image of Hashem? So he told him in a language, in a lashon, that between both of them it had meaning, and Rav Chaim Vital was able to absorb it. And for us, it's only we'll repeat it. It's like the story. I had someone, a European Jew. He took a position as a mashgiach, to supervising the kashrus in a restaurant. So the owner of the restaurant came over to him and says to him, Rabbi, he told him he didn't understand. The mashgiach he wasn't fluent in English. So he said to him, he says, and he came to me to ask me what it means. He says, you're an asset. So he came to me to ask me, what does he mean? What's meant an asset? What's an asset? I said, what do you care? You make a living from it. It's good enough. Forget about it. Whatever. But that's it. Listen. I told him the story where in a cheder, a Talmud asked the Rebbe, he says, by Yankiv Avinu, it says there what he did by Lavan, the Kudim, Evrudim, Atudim, all sorts of animals that he created. His Rebbe, he asked his Rebbe, he said, what exactly does it mean, these type of animals? What kind, can you define it for me? He said, Yankiv Avinu made a machzalem from them. He made a living from them. It's good enough. Then he continued. Rav Chaim Vital asked Arizal, he said, is that something that everybody possesses? A Tzelem Elokim, does every Yid have that? So he says, no, not every Yid has that. He said, only it's a select, exquisite group, class that has Tzelem Elokim. So he said, no. He said, it seems to be contradicted. Look in the Pasuk of Chumash, it says, is dam adam ba'adam dama yishavech, that if someone takes a life, dama yishavech, he has to be, dam adam ba'adam takes a life, dama yishavech, he gets capital punishment, he has to be put to death, kivit Tzelem Elokim asas adam, because he was created. So it seems it's a general statement that whole planet, every Yid, every human being was created in the image of Hashem. So he says, no. He says, look at the exact wording, the lashon of the pasuk. Dam ha'adam ba'adam dama yishavech. What's dam ha'adam ba'adam? What's the ba'adam? Because it means that ba'adam, the only time that you execute somebody, only time that he gets capital punishment is ba'adam, if the one who you took his life, so if from him had he remained alive and had descendants, so from those descendants, a descendant that would have been on this world would have been a righteous Jew, a Talmid Chacham, a tzaddik. Then the Adam can Tzelem, because then you're taking away a Tzelem of a future generation, not anybody, but that person who you took his life. If he would have had a descendant, had he remained alive and had a descendant, that would have had Tzelem Elokim. So by taking his life, you took away Tzelem Elokim. But not every person has Tzelem Elokim. That's what the Arizal answered. So the Rav Chaim Vital asked him, look in the Targum. The Targum, the comments. What was the word? On the word Bo Adam, it doesn't say it will come out from him. It says Bo Adam Besadayu, that when do you execute him? When does he get capital punishment? Misi, if there's present witnesses who witnessed the slaying, who witnessed this homicide. The witness that he was Bo Adam, if there's people around. So Rav Chaim Vital says, no, that's what it means also. It means, because how do we know if there's a Tzelem Elokim is going to come out from this person? So only because HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem, He is Mazmin. If the person who was slain, if from him there would eventually be descendants that are Talmidei Chachamim, righteous individuals, so Hashem makes certain He's mazmin that there should be witnesses present, and therefore, if there are witnesses present, then he received that capital punishment. But if someone who is from him, there's nothing worthwhile will ever descend from him, so there's no witnesses present. He said, and that's the pshat. It says by Moshe Rabbeinu, it says that when he saw Vayar Ish Misri Makeh, when he saw that an Egyptian taskmaster was beating a Jewish slave, beating him to death, he looked here and he looked there, and he saw Kienish, that there's no one around. So he took it and he killed the taskmaster. So he said that's the pshat also, because being that he saw that there was no one around, so it means that Midrash Shmuel, they're telling him that this individual is a worthless individual. He's not going to have descendants that are going to be tzaddikim, so therefore he was permitted to take his life, and he was not committing manslaughter. The